Good afternoon. Today we're at another flip. This one's in South Austin, 78747. I'm gonna be listing it tomorrow. We just got professional photos done. I wanna do a quick walkthrough with you guys from the YouTube channel to show you what we've gotten done. So this entire house took us only 3 weeks to do. We did not paint any of the siding. We only painted the garage door and the trim out here. We did that because if you look around, you'll notice that a lot of these houses have that kind of stale yellowish color. There's very few homes that have painted siding. So I figured, why paint the whole house if I don't need to and just copy everybody else. So you got the matching door to go with it. This is all power washed, new light fixture. There was a really weird wire Romex that came around here that we ended up getting rid of. Going in, this is already staged. It smells great in here. We just had photos done. We had new flooring, a lot of drywall repairs, new paint, and it looks incredible. This is walking in. This is a smaller house. It's 1,080 square feet. This is all luxury vinyl plank. So before we had a mix of carpet throughout most of the house that was horrible, and a little bit of actual real wood in the kitchen area, and some tile in the bathrooms. Got rid of all of it. It looked horrible. Didn't want to keep any of it. And we got this LEP throughout the entire home. I get my flooring at a supplier for around $2 a foot. Costs another $1.25 to install. Probably 25 cents to take it out. So really only cost me, I'd say $4,500, $5,000. I remember though that this house was a little bit unlevel. Not that a big foundation issue, but there were some, bumps and valleys. So I had to pay an extra, I think $500 to get it leveled out with self-leveler compound or cement before we laid the floor on. So go into the kitchen. As you can see here, small dining area with the kitchen. This is actually the original countertops. Initially, it was very ugly and totally outdated with stains everywhere. I was initially thinking about putting quartz, which I've done before and I've only done before, but this one I opted out to instead just resurface them. As you can see, my guy did a great job. It looks incredible, it looks brand new. And if you guys know, Formica or laminate countertops, it's actually very cheap. But obviously ripping it out would require me to do some patches. And I was like, why don't I, the actual material had only a few scratches, but no real big issues. So I just took out the sink, got it resurfaced. It cost me, I think $600, $500, which is nothing. A new countertop would have probably cost $3,000, $4,000 for everything. And it looks really good. We got a brand new, this is actually really nice. This is way nicer than the house requires. This over-the-range microwave. This is from a new build that I got from Facebook for 40, 50 bucks. That was like 30 bucks. This is original. We just had cleaned. This house is extremely dirty. And I was considering painting all this white. But again, one thing that's really important when you're flipping is to look at comps. You don't want to go to a neighborhood where the houses are all $280,000 for sale and they're all kind of average, and you're buying a house for $150 and putting brand new everything, the nicest level stuff. Don't do that. Copy what you see around you, and that's the most you're gonna get. Getting all those higher end improvements is not gonna directly lead to a dollar increase. Sure, if you're buying in the Beverly Hills, yes, you're gonna wanna do the top of the end stuff because that's what the people in that area are expecting. But this is a starter home. This is a small house. It's 1,080 square feet. That's very, for a 3-bed, this master bedroom's a good size, but the other rooms are not that nice in terms of size. So here's the master. We have a queen bed in here. The staging really adds a lot of pop. One thing that we didn't budget that I ended up having to do is replace this window. You can see the sticker still on it. The window looked okay when I first saw the house, but they had an AC unit in here, like a little one. And the AC works fine. It's actually a newer AC, but apparently the owner just liked it freezing in their bedroom. Got rid of this window because it was so messed up because it'd been half open with a piece of wood on it for so long. We did the exact same thing here. We had the resurface done on this instead of quartz. This is actually a brand new porcelain bowl. Initially, I thought it was dirty, but after I was done resurfacing it and I had my cleaner come, I noticed that when I pressed on this little area that had some rust, it broke completely. So I had to get this replaced last second. Worked out really good, you can't even tell. Looks brand new. Same mirror, new toilet, and same deal here. We had this all resurfaced. So one thing that a lot of people don't know with tubs is that a lot of people like to completely swap out the entire tub and tile surround. And there's nothing wrong with that, really. But in this case, why do that? This is a fiberglass This is what you typically see in this neighborhood. I'm not gonna spend an extra $4,000 to tear everything out, put a brand new tub, brand new tile. It's gonna cost me a ton of money having the plumber come out, re-plumb everything. And this is actually the original faucet, valve, and shower head. I just had this replaced. As you can see, I actually got the wrong finish of metal, but nobody's gonna notice. Everything's been painted. I had all these fans replaced. And let's go to the other two small rooms. Or actually, let's go to the backyard. Backyard had a bunch of trash. There was actually a trampoline right here as well. You can see it hasn't really grown out completely perfectly back yet. There was a huge trampoline they didn't leave. And this is also a brand new sliding door. So I was a little bit bamboozled. This is, you can see with the sticker. When I was gonna buy this house, the sellers had told me they're actually gonna leave their brand new sliding door that they had for me. They didn't. They took it with them. There's some trash I gotta take out from the landscaper. So, you know, a little bit upset, but ultimately it's my fault because I didn't have it in writing. So another big pro tip that I would give myself and would want to give anybody that does want to flip houses is that if you have a seller or agent promise you anything, it doesn't mean anything if it's not in writing. Because after I just believe their word, and then when I bought the house and they came in, it wasn't here. And what am I gonna say? You said this and it's not here. No, I need it in writing with their signatures. So next time that will not happen again. Same deal here. This is the original light. This is when I replaced it. It was really ugly before. It has this nice Nest thermostat, which is so modern. Going to here, same deal. Very identical. This is the original, so you can kind of tell. This one's a little bit of rust over here, but it's not broken. You can kind of see some chips too in the inside, but it's very, you have to like really look into it. New light, nice staging, same deal, resurfaced. This one actually did have this replaced because it was this really ugly, like half falling apart one. This is all brand new hardware. And I, you know, with houses, flips, I like either going for a black and white finish or a silver finish like this one. This is a silver one, right? Because the thing is that black and white generally looks more modern, but silver is classy. So it really just depends to me, the area. Here's an original window. Honestly, I should take the extra time to take this tape out, but I'm not gonna do that. We had some of these trees trimmed. This is all repainted. Here you can see there was a hole in this. My guy just caulked it up. So I called it a day, which is sometimes what you gotta do. We also had all the outlets and all of the switches replaced. I don't always do that, but this one, the deal was that there were 3 kids that lived in this house. So there were 3 kids that shared these 2 small rooms. As you can imagine, these rooms were like blue and red, and I think it took my guy 2 or 3 coats of paint. It's a small room, thankfully, but there were a lot of holes. Kids just break stuff and they draw everywhere, so there was pen and markings on all of the outlets and stuff. So it was time to replace it. And going to the garage, you can actually see that my contractors left a lot of his stuff in here. Nothing wrong with that, but I am gonna have them come by. So, of course, they took their sliding door, but they didn't take their workout equipment. I already go to the gym, so I don't even need the stuff, but I need to get rid of it. My contractor said he's gonna take it, but it's been 3 weeks. So I'm gonna give him probably till tomorrow when I list it, and then after that, I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna throw it, because this stuff's heavy. So kind of sucks. They leave the heavy stuff for me and some random bed frame. There was actually also a huge closet that I had to throw away myself. It was super heavy, it sucked. But there's some extra boxes of flooring, some extra baseboard, miscellaneous paint, and cleaning supplies. But yeah, that's the entire flip. So, you know, I'm expected, okay, for some numbers, I bought this house for $220,000 flat, 220. I put 30 or 29, 30,000-ish total to get it to where it is right now. That's a total 250-ish. I'm planning to list it and sell it for 299. I'm gonna fight for that number because that's already kind of a good deal in this neighborhood for this quality and level and niceness of house. There's nothing in this neighborhood right now that has this level of niceness and finishes. And this is gonna pop, you know, seeing how nice this place is, it's gonna pop when somebody comes in here. So I'm expecting to have this thing close really quickly, just like my other 2 flips that were very successful before, that were just similar in this style. And I will be making roughly around $22,000 to $18,000 in this flip. So really, it would have been around 35. But I have an investor. So part of this flip is that I actually did not bring any of my own money at all to this deal. This deal in total cost me around $45,000 to do. That's including buying it and all the rehab. And I brought none of that money. Zero of that money was mine. I am $0 personally in this deal. Maybe a few $100, but mostly zero. So that's very cool. And I'll be making roughly 18K. But in exchange for being $0 down in the deal, I'm paying somebody interest. Now, this is going to be an embarrassingly high loan, but I want to be honest with you guys because I'm frustrated and I know that somebody out there can learn from me. I'm paying this guy just over 20% interest on this loan. So if you do, it's $10,000 of interest back on a $45,000 loan. That's 22%, I believe, roughly around there. 22.222, I think. So yeah, and this is fixed. This house I bought exactly a month ago. So it's taken us 3-ish weeks to get it where it needs to be, and another week of just staging and waiting for people. So this guy's we're probably gonna close in another month and a half from now. So really 2.5 months from start to finish of when I borrowed the money. And that means he's gonna make 22% on his money in 2.5 months. In an annualized sense, that's gotta be around a 100% return, I believe, annually. So doubling his money every year if he continued doing this sort of thing with me. Obviously, that is incredible. That's beating every single stock, maybe outside of like a crazy, hype stock, but that's beating any index for the most part on the planet on just this. And the reason I have to take these sort of high interest loans is because I don't have a choice. I am limited by the amount of capital I have. And now, thankfully, I have, I'd say $70,000 to $90,000 of liquidity that I can use for my flips. But, when I want to do more, it's not enough. And plus, if this is being 45, I can't really even do 2 with the money I have. So flipping is a very cash-heavy business, and you always have money locked into stuff. The money that I have locked into my other flip in Buda, I'm not going to be able to touch until I sell it. And I have $50,000 stuck in that one. So this is a way that I can do more than one flip at a time, albeit at a very high interest rate. This is essentially a hard money lender to the max, or what I like to say is a loan shark. I hate taking these loans out. I love the relationships I build. I love that the people that I work with really like me, and I feel like that because I take these loans out, they are definitely going to want to work with me again because they're not getting a return like this anywhere else in the market. But I know that this is almost shooting myself in the foot because I'm giving money away essentially. I'm sure I could fight for a lower return, and I will later in the future. But for now, for these small deals, because I want to do bigger and better things, I don't see a reason to go crazy over fighting over 5%, saving an extra $1,000. Really, I think it would matter a lot more when I'm borrowing $2 million to save the extra $40,000. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you're having a nice day. We'll talk later. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. I am going to be buying an apartment building soon. That's the first thing on my radar. So if you are anywhere in the US or outside of the US, subscribe, DM me on Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. I love talking to you guys, and I hope you're having a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.